Imagine a massive invisible bubble stretching across the sky. Inside you're safe, outside you're a target. Now, picture yourself as a fighter pilot, flying a cutting-edge jet. Suddenly, a warning light blinks, an unseen radar has locked onto you. The sky, once limitless, now feels like a cage. That cage, the S-400 Triumph. This Russian air defense system is the nightmare of air forces worldwide. It's not just missiles on trucks, it's a declaration. This airspace is ours, enter at your own risk. For decades, the US and its allies ruled the skies. The S-400 changed that. Think of it as the bouncer at the world's most exclusive club, unimpressed by your stealth jet. The S-400 creates an anti-access/area denial bubble, complicating everything from reconnaissance to full-scale operations. It forces hesitation, and in war, hesitation is deadly. Why all the fuss? Because the S-400 shifts the balance of power. It lets nations challenge top air forces without matching their fleets. It's a defensive system with offensive consequences for anyone flying uninvited. Building, operating, and defeating it is a complex, dirty job. Today we're diving into what makes the S-400 so formidable. We'll see why it's at the center of global headlines and why it's so hard to ignore. Ready to step inside the bubble? Let's get started. So, what is the S-400 Triumph? NATO calls it the SA-21 Growler, but its job is simple: shoot down anything that flies. It's a mobile, surface-to-air missile system. Think of it as the ultimate airspace security guard. The S-400 isn't just for fighter jets. It targets bombers, cruise missiles, and even some ballistic missiles. It's a one-stop shop for air defense, creating a layered shield with different missiles for different threats. Each layer is a wall an enemy must break through, protected by specialized missiles. The S-400 is a system, not a single weapon. You buy a battalion radars, launchers, command centers, and missiles, all mounted on rugged trucks. Mobility is key. The S-400 can pack up and move in minutes, making it a moving target itself. This flexibility makes it hard to find and destroy. The system's integration is its strength. Radars spot threats, command centers make decisions, and launchers deliver the punch. It's a deadly puzzle for any attacker. The S-400's reputation comes from its ability to defend vast airspace with a coordinated mobile network. It's not just hardware, it's a strategy. That's why it's a game changer for any country that owns it. The S-400 isn't just a weapon, it's a message to the world. If you want to fly here, you'd better think twice. That's why it's making headlines, and why it's so feared. The S-400 is a team of specialized parts working in sync. First, the 55K6E center, the brain of the operation. Operators here analyze radar data and make split-second decisions. Next, the radars, the system's eyes and ears. Multiple radars scan for threats, each with a unique job. Long-range surveillance radars spot incoming targets from hundreds of miles away. Engagement radars lock onto threats and guide missiles with pinpoint accuracy. This multi-radar setup makes the S-400 tough to fool. Then the launchers, massive trucks carrying 4 missile tubes each. These launchers can quickly raise, fire, and relocate, keeping the system mobile and unpredictable. Inside the tubes, a family of missiles, each designed for a specific range and target type. The S-400's flexibility comes from this mix-and-match arsenal. Every component, command, radar, launchers, missiles, works together as a single lethal network. Miss a step, and the whole system falters. But when it's running smoothly, the S-400 is a fortress in motion. That's what makes it so hard to beat. It's not just about firepower, it's about coordination. And that's the real secret under the hood. The S-400's power starts with its radar. The 91N6E Big Bird surveillance radar scans 360 degrees, detecting targets up to 600 kilometers away. That's early warning on a massive scale, enough time to track, identify, and prepare a response. But seeing far isn't enough. The 92N6E Gravestone engagement radar locks onto threats and guides missiles with precision. This radar combo means the S-400 can spot and strike before most enemies know they're in danger. What about stealth? The S-400 uses multiple radar frequencies and advanced processing to spot even stealth aircraft. It's like having night vision in a dark room, hard to hide from. These radars are the system's eyes, always watching, always ready. Without them, the S-400 is blind. With them, it's a hunter. That's why pilots fear the S-400's gaze, and why it's so hard to slip past. Now, let's talk firepower, the S-400's missiles. The launchers are mobile, raising 4 tubes in minutes, firing, then relocating before the enemy can strike back. The S-400's real edge? Its missile variety. The 40N6E missile reaches up to 400 kilometers, targeting high-value aircraft deep behind enemy lines. The 48N6 series covers shorter ranges, intercepting agile fighter jets and cruise missiles. For close-in threats, the 9M96 missiles act as the system's last line of defense. Operators can mix different missiles on a single launcher, creating a layered shield from one spot. This flexibility means the S-400 can handle almost any aerial threat, at any distance. It's not just about range, it's about having the right tool for every job. That's what makes the S-400's business end so deadly. How does the S-400 turn a blip on a radar into a smoking wreck? It starts with the Big Bird radar, sweeping the sky and spotting a target. Data flows to the command center where operators analyze speed, altitude, and direction. If it's a threat, the operator selects the target and assigns the right missile. The command zips to a launcher, which pivots into position. With a roar, the missile launches, guided by the Gravestone radar, tracking the target's every move. Mid-flight, the missile receives updates, adjusting its path. In the final seconds, its onboard radar takes over, homing in for the kill. The result? A high-speed collision and a sky suddenly clear of threats. The whole process, from detection to destruction, can take just minutes. It's a seamless chain: see, decide, strike. That's the S-400's deadly dance and why it's so feared. How does the S-400 compare to Western systems like the American Patriot? The S-400's longest-range missile can hit targets up to 400 kilometers away, far beyond the Patriot's reach. It can fire a mix of missiles, creating a layered defense against everything from bombers to cruise missiles. The Patriot excels at shooting down ballistic missiles but lacks the S-400's versatility. The S-400's radar can track hundreds of targets and engage dozens at once, making mass attacks difficult. But it's not invincible. Electronic jamming can blind its radars, and it's expensive and complex to operate. A coordinated assault with drones and missiles could overwhelm it, and its real-world combat record against top Western aircraft is still unproven. The S-400 is a formidable shield, but not an unbreakable one. Its reputation is strong, but the reality is still being tested. The battle for air superiority is far from over. The S-400 isn't just a weapon, it's a geopolitical tool. Russia uses it to protect key regions and project power into NATO's backyard. China's purchase expanded its control over the South China Sea, worrying the US and its allies. Turkey's decision to buy the S-400 caused a rift with NATO, leading to its removal from the F-35 program. India bought it despite US threats, seeing it as vital for defense against China and Pakistan. Each sale shifts alliances and changes the balance of power. The S-400 is as much about politics as it is about defense. It's a symbol of influence, leverage, and shifting world order. Owning it sends a message. We can defend our skies and challenge yours. That's why every sale makes headlines. So, is the S-400 really the king of the sky? Russia keeps upgrading it. Longer-range missiles, better radars, and integration with other systems. The S-400 is a stepping stone to the next-gen S-500, designed to hit even satellites and hypersonic weapons. In Ukraine, the S-400 has seen real combat, scoring some successes but also suffering losses to drones and missiles. It's not an unbeatable superweapon, but it's forced air forces to rethink their strategies. The S-400's strengths are real range, versatility, and powerful radars. But it has weaknesses: cost, complexity, and vulnerability to new tactics. Its reputation may be bigger than its reality, but its impact is undeniable. The S-400 has changed the rules of the game. Is it the ultimate fortress or just a tough wall waiting to be breached? The answer is still unfolding, one battle at a time.